When you move abroad, you don't just pack your bags, you pack your professional reputation, your identity, and this can be really hard, especially if you established yourself in another country. You suddenly move and nobody knows who you are. They don't know your expertise, they don't know your experiences, they don't know your value and your worth. So, in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can use LinkedIn, especially the LinkedIn profile, to build your know, like, and trust factor, to get seen, to get known, to get recognized, and to create the opportunities you want. So, I'm going to take you behind the scenes of my own profile. So, let's get started. And while I'm doing that, let me introduce myself. My name is Naina Kaputi. I'm the founder and CEO of the Expat Woman, and I'm also a LinkedIn coach and trainer. So here is my profile. So as you can see, I have the banner at the top. And sometimes when you move to another country, you want to start from scratch. You no longer want to do the career or the business that you did back home. Like in my case, when I moved to the US, I came here to study film. In India, I had a different career. I worked in the corporate world, and I didn't want to do that anymore. But the focus in the corporate world was mostly in the biotech, food sciences, etc. I wanted to change that. And what I want to share today is your LinkedIn profile can be dynamic. Maybe you've moved abroad and you're still not clear on what you want to be known for because you want to make changes. I would still encourage you to create that LinkedIn profile. It can be a work in progress. If I was to show you how my LinkedIn profile has changed since when I joined it in 2007, you'll be amazed. And so you carry a professional identity wherever you go, wherever you travel in the world. Maybe people don't know about you in the new country you moved to, but your profile can definitely reflect that. And it's okay to change it. It's okay to not have the clarity. You can still showcase what you've done in the past. So your banner could be very specific if you absolutely know what you do, who you help, how you help them. Your banner can definitely represent that. What I would encourage you to do is if you already know what you want to be hired for, whether it's by an employer or by clients, then make sure your banner reflects that. If you're still not sure, keep it simple. It could just have a photograph of you at a laptop. It could have your name and and maybe a tagline if you're still trying to figure out what you want to do in this new country. All right. Or if you're in a transition or you can't currently work because you're waiting for your work permit. Like when I moved to the US, I couldn't work, I think, for 6 months or a year because I didn't have my work permit. All right. So below your banner, you want to include your headline. I think it has about 250 characters. So you could, again, showcase what you want to be known for. You don't want to keep it too generic. The more specific you are, the better. Like here it says, Naina Kaputi, founder and CEO, the Expat Woman. I'm really trying to build the Expat Woman brand name. So I want to have it right at the beginning of my headline. But if you have a company that really does people don't really know what it does, what it stands for. Like the expat woman is pretty self-explanatory because it says that it's for expats, women living abroad, and people who know what expats face, and it attracts the right audience. So I think that's important. I do explain a little more. I say building the world's leading community for women making bold moves abroad. I have a community of 50,000 plus, so I do share that as well. So you could add if you say your business name right at the start of your profile, which I usually don't encourage people to do. I usually say start with what you do and who you're helping. As I said, I'm really trying to build the expat woman brand, but in the past I've said things like helping women make their bold moves abroad, or helping women step out of their comfort zone and get seen, get known, and heard in their new country. So you could play around with it. Again, it's dynamic. You can keep changing it. I do also share that I'm a LinkedIn and personal brand strategist because I also have a second business. I mean, I do work with expats to help them build their personal brand and their LinkedIn profiles. So I have that there as well. I'm also a speaker, and you're watching my YouTube channel, so I'm a YouTuber. And then I do have a call to action. Read more my about section for more information. Make sure if you're looking for a job in the country you're living in, I would encourage you to put that location there. You want to have contact information, your website, if you work for a company or run your own business, your email address, etc. You if you have LinkedIn Premium, and I just wanted to also add the reason why I have 5 banners at the top is because I have LinkedIn Premium, but you don't need to get that. If you're just starting off with optimizing your LinkedIn profile, updating it, don't waste money on LinkedIn Premium. You could hire me instead as your LinkedIn coach and consultant, and I can help you optimize your profile. I'm also hosting a workshop on August 11th. It's an interactive workshop, and we will be working on optimizing and updating your LinkedIn profile. I will share a link to the workshop in the description. So you should join me. There's an early bird price of $39, and then once the early bird date expires, then you can still join us at the regular price, which is $49. Okay, so keep a lookout for that. After your profile banner, your headline, etc., you want to go to the about section. You want to write it in the first person, not the third person. If you're clear on who you help, what you help them with, what problem you solve for them, you want to start with that. You want to start with a good hook, either a question or a statement like I say, you moved abroad with a vision for a bigger life, but finding your identity got lost in the translation. But find your identity got lost in translation, you feel invisible. That's my target audience. It's really for women who want to step out of their comfort zone, who want to be seen, want to build their visibility so they can get new opportunities and the success they desire. Because when they move abroad, they feel invisible, they feel no one knows them, they feel they're not tapping into their potential, or other people are not tapping into their potential. Then I'd say I'm the founder CEO of the Expat Woman. I've built a community of 50,000 plus international women because I was tired of seeing brilliant women settle for small lives abroad. And my mission is to ensure that moving abroad means moving forward, not backwards. And then I share about the Expat Woman membership. And one of our members who recently joined the membership shared with me that after reading my about section, it really spoke to her, it really resonated with her. She lives in Dubai, so I live in the US. My members, of course, are all across the world, but she decided to join the membership. So see how powerful that is. She didn't know me. Our paths had not really crossed. She's in another country. She's an expat in Dubai. But my profile spoke to her and she joined my membership. So just keep that in mind, that your profile is visible globally. And so the more you do work with your profile, the more you're going to get seen and get people to hire you or get new clients or get opportunities to speak, to be on people's podcasts, etc. Okay. So, and I talk about my two businesses. I talk about the Expat Woman, our membership, and my LinkedIn personal brand and YouTube strategy and coaching services that I provide. And then I also talk about why I'm the right person for all this as an expat woman, because I navigated the same identity lost in translation. And I also work with brands if they want to sponsor me. And then you come to your featured section. Oh, and one more thing about the about section, you don't want to write a big paragraph. You don't want your about section to just be your resume. You just slap your resume there. I did that when I joined LinkedIn in 2007. I just copied and pasted my resume. LinkedIn wasn't what it is today. Today, it's really encouraging all of us, to be creators, all of us to create profiles that speak of our expertise, that speak of our experience, that will really help people who come to our profile understand what we do and see how we can support them. When you create a profile that really showcases your expertise, you are helping somebody, because maybe someone with that problem lands on your profile and you are solving that problem for them, and then they want to hire you. Say you're an expat coach for families who move abroad, and they're really struggling with the transition, with the kids having to deal with culture shock, finding schools, and then they come across your profile and they're like, this is exactly who I need, whose support I need. So keep that in mind. Your profile should be a living, dynamic, it's like your digital website or your reputation or your business calling card, and it should speak to the right client so they want to hire you. Okay. And then you want to have big white, not big white spaces, but you don't want big chunks of content in your about section. You want to kind of space it out so it's easy for people to skim through your profile. People have very short attention span. So you want to make it really easy for them to read through and say, I want to work with her on this, or I want to hire her, and this is how I can contact her, etc. The next is your featured section. This is where you can really showcase what you want to be known for as well. And remember, all this is free. I have LinkedIn Premium, but that just gives me the 5 banner slide and some other features, but you can do all this for free on LinkedIn. Again, I'll be sharing more on how you can really leverage LinkedIn to optimize and update your profile to get the opportunities you want to stand out. But in your featured section, you want to showcase things, again, making it easy for people to say, oh, Naina has a membership. All right, so I click on that, and then it takes me to her membership. Right now it's a little bit slow, but you see it takes them straight to my membership, right? So coming back to this, so yeah, so if you have a business, you can have these images and these links so people can go directly to wherever you want them to go. You can highlight a post, you can highlight a certification, an award, etc. It's just, think of it like when you have like you go on Netflix, you want to watch a movie, and if you want to see a movie in the theater and you see the preview, and then you decide whether you want to watch the movie or not. I think even Netflix might have trailers, and then you can decide if you want to watch the movie on Netflix or a show. So the same way, a featured section is kind of a preview of all the things that people can learn from you, or that showcases your expertise or your business, etc. All right, then we're going to go to your experience section. Now, if you have your own business, make sure you create a company page so that your logo shows up on the left, and then if people click on it, it will take them to your company page. So this is my company page, the Expat Woman. I have 2 businesses. So I have the Expat Woman company page, and I also have my LinkedIn page, which is under my name. Okay, so if you have more than one business or more than one expertise, maybe you have a podcast, but then you also have work for a company, you can create as many areas or as many different businesses or experiences or company names as you like. Just make sure you create a separate company page for each of them. You can even create a company page for, as I said, a podcast, or you write on Substack. You could create that. Make sure you have your logo uploaded. And I also help people with creating company pages and profiles. I do one-on-one consulting and coaching. I'll share a link to that as well in the description. If you have worked for a company that people don't know about, maybe it's one of the largest tech companies in the country that you lived in or worked in before moving to this new country, make sure you explain what it is below the experience section. So like here I say CEO and founder, the Expat Woman, and then I explain what the Expat Woman is. A global platform focused on connecting, supporting, and empowering women who have moved abroad or plan to relocate. And then I talk about what I've done for the company. You don't want all this in your about section. Your about section is really about who you help, how you help them, what problem you solve for them, and why you're the best person for that. So, and again, I try to use white spaces. I don't put one block of text. I have images that I upload. And then below that, you put your education. Make sure you add the skills that are relevant to the expertise of what you want to be known for. If you're currently in transition, you're not sure what your next career is going to be like. You're still kind of researching and figuring out what might be the best career for you, you still can add the skills that and experiences that you had in your previous country. So don't decide, oh, I'm not going to update my resume. I'm not going to add experiences because I'm not sure what I want to do next. All right. And then you want to get recommendations. This is so powerful. If people don't know you in the new country, they don't, you have no reputation there, they don't know your worth, your value, your expertise. Get recommendations from people who you have worked with, who you have worked with in your previous country. You can also write recommendations. If you know, it's so powerful. And the thing about LinkedIn is, when someone writes a recommendation, people can just click on that person to make sure they're a real person. Like Diana, she gave me a recommendation, and people can click and see she's not a bot, she's a real person. Very often on your on websites, when you see people's they have testimonials, you don't know if those people are real or whether the person whose website it is, whether they just made them up. So that's a very powerful feature of LinkedIn. You can add your honors, awards, certifications. You can add languages. It says, okay, so I do speak English, but it's also added Italian. I think because I was using the Duolingo app to learn Italian. My husband and I, one of our one of the things we discuss often is maybe after we retire, we'll spend some time in Italy. His family is originally from Italy. So I was learning Italian for a little bit using Duolingo, which is a partner, I think, with LinkedIn. And so somehow they added Italian as elementary proficiency, which is not correct, because I don't even think I remember any of the stuff I learned, because I live in the US and people around me all speak English. But definitely add all your languages, your bilingual, your multilingual, add all those, even if it's just elementary proficiency. Add your interests if you like, your causes, etc. Let your profiles showcase your identity, build your identity, your reputation through your LinkedIn profile, so you get seen, you get known, you get heard. I hope you will join me for my LinkedIn profile optimization interactive workshop on August 11th at 9 a.m. PST. If you can't make the live, you'll still get a link to the recording. So look for the link in the description to register for the workshop. And again, if you need individual one-on-one coaching with your LinkedIn profile, with your company page, I have the link to that as well as in the description. Remember to subscribe to this video and hit the notification bell. So every week when I upload a new video, you get to see it. I do LinkedIn videos once a month, but I also share other videos on how you can build your visibility, get seen, get known, and really make those bold moves abroad after you've moved abroad. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the like button and let me know in the comments if you are going to optimize your profile, if you have any questions regarding your profile. Bye.